Maybe that worked. I don't know.
Did you do Wordle yet today?
Yeah, I beat you.
Oh, fuck you.
What was the, It was,
It was dumb.
Well, I can't remember what it was.
Cedar. Okay, so we just had, what was it? Where there were 2 C's in the word recently. I hate it when there's double letters because I'm always afraid that, like, if I guess a word with double letters, I'm missing out on finding an extra letter that could be in it because I'm using another letter that might not even need to be there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. My favorites are when there's V's in it, just because V's are, like, not really a typical letter to be used.
Do you like V's a lot? Uh-huh. Oh, that's cool. Why? Why is V your favorite letter? You have a reason for that?
Because that's what my name starts with.
Cool, whatever. Sick. Okay, so.
You do an intro.
This is it.
All right.
Old Bagel Podcast with Casia, Correll, Vincent, Nagel, and we don't know what we're doing. We have no clue. We just took about 2 hours to
troubleshoot.
Yeah, set things up a little bit.
Rename, rebrand.
Oh yeah, we had a whole other name, and fuck those guys. They're dead to me. I don't understand who they thought they were. I blame you because you Googled it, and that's that's my theory is if I have an idea,
you just type it into a search.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because I think someone's gonna
use
find
that data
it and then make their own. I have so many great ideas, but I don't know if they've already been made because I won't search for them, and then 2, I'm just lazy. I just have the ideas and that's it.
I remember I was hanging out with Judge and a couple of his military friends, and his one friend, we got into an argument about the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, and he's like, it's so good, and I'm like, it's all right, and then he was like, oh, I bet you can't think of a movie idea, and I thought of 3 different movie ideas that were awesome, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna make a movie out of that first one, and I was like, no, you're not. It was funny.
How did he even make a movie? He just...
I don't know. He was like, I'm gonna write it.
Hire you.
He was like, I'm gonna steal your idea, and I'm like, no, you're not.
Okay. He might. He honestly, it's Judge, and he can do anything he wants to. So. Yeah.
Well, it was one of his friends. It wasn't Judge. It was one of his friends. And I'm not. That was a fun evening, but I'm also glad that I don't have to see those people again.
Was it a military crowd?
There was just 3 dudes, but it was just the one dude, and he was like, no, that movie's that Batman movie's so good, and I'm like, I don't know, it's all right, I guess. I don't know.
I never saw it, but I did like that it was called The Batman.
Yeah.
That was kind of.
I saw it with I saw. Did you kick it?
No, I don't.
You can move. You can move that table out this way.
I think this is probably fine right here.
Yeah, but you can move it out. It doesn't really matter because this is. I can just adjust this. Let's do that. Move it out a couple feet or a couple inches. Yeah.
You happy with it?
No biggie.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
We need to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think what is brilliant with our original podcast was the Everything Bagel with Vincent Nagel.
But don't look that up because we just don't.
Don't give those other people.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I didn't listen to their podcast, but it's fine.
It's fine. I can tell you right now, looking at it's not fine. I beg to differ. They just look dumb as it was. There's nothing they could offer but that name, and they took it. They probably took it because they want us to buy it from them. I don't have those kind of dollars for you right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, we used to be called the Everything Bagel Podcast.
Here, look in that screen. Am I in that screen or no? Am I now?
A little bit.
Okay, I need to move it.
Move it, yeah, because I've got an arm's length over here.
All right. A camera was just fucking up. That's okay.
Okay, so anyways, back to my fucking story about the dilemma that we encountered earlier. We were going to be called the Everything Bagel with Vincent Nagel because he's a genius and he has this great idea. He's like, I'm going to make a podcast and there's going to be no specific topic, nothing, no genre, no nothing. It's just everything Bagel. So brilliant. And then I get in today for our very first recording and I'm like, all right, we need to first off look up all the Instagrams and TikToks and email addresses.
All the socials.
All the socials, the YouTubes. And there's already an Everything Bagel.
Yeah, and we've been talking about this idea for months.
Yeah, exactly. And
if we had just done it when we first thought about it.
Yeah, we should have. Anyways, Vincent looked them up on YouTube, and these buttheads just started it 3 days ago. Like 3 days. We were like...
Their first episode they put up 3 days ago. But hey, like I said, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's good. I didn't look at it. Good.
So yeah, now
I don't want to like. I don't know. I don't want to disparage people for being. But it just sucks that they did it 3 days ago.
That was so good.
So now we are going. We're just gonna be the Day Old Bagel, and we secured everything.
We secured the bag. Yeah. Yeah. Day Old Bagel. Vincent Nagel's Day Old Bagel.
There you go.
That's gross. Ew.
Yeah. I don't know. Wonder what he's been doing with it this whole time.
Oh, no one wants to know about it. Okay, listen. Your mom's gonna listen to this.
Probably.
My mom's gonna listen to this. Hey, Jackie. What's up?
Hi. Hey, Kasia's mom.
Vincent, do you remember that one time? So Vincent and I used to work together at this place called Papa Zuzu's. It's this little like mom and pop, like Greek restaurant, and they'd always have a Christmas party at home at their house, just down the street from the restaurant. And do you guys remember?
Was it Phatty wants a fatty?
Phatty wants a fatty.
Oh yeah. So my mom also lived in that same neighborhood, and she called me while we were partying, and I was pretty drunk. She was like, "Oh, can I come over?" And I'm like, "No." And then they were like, "Oh, bring Phatty over. Like, Phatty wants to smoke weed. Phatty wants a fatty." It's like, oh my god, I heard about that for months.
Okay, yeah, but the best part was when you were trying to make us all stop saying that, and you tried to sit down in your chair, but the chair wasn't there anymore. And we were just like sitting around this campfire chanting, "Phatty wants a fatty," and Vincent's like, "Stop making fun of me, I'm a mommy." And then he sits down all like grumpy, and there's no chair. He just falls flat on his butt onto the floor.
That's a default for me is being like, "Quit making fun of me," and then like sitting there pouting. I still do that. Like.
Oh no, we all know.
Oh man, yeah. Ugh. Anyway.
I miss the food from Papa Zuzu's though.
Yeah, it's not even there anymore. It's like a tuxedo shop now.
Yeah. It's like I used to eat so many
Is it
salads.
a consignment or is it a tuxedo rental?
I think it's tuxedos.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
We used to have euros up in that bitch. And
I think the people that we worked with were definitely like the best part.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because I mean, like we were just at High Water Fest.
Yeah.
And we randomly saw one of our old coworkers, and I was like, "Oh my god, how amazing is that?"
Yeah. But, well, I saw Beatty there too.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen Beatty.
I didn't run into her. She was kind of like she was off waiting in one of the lines, and Abby and I had just gotten food. We were sitting there. Abby is Vincent's
girlfriend, and she is amazing. Dude, thank God for Abby. I swear. You have no idea. I'm so stoked on her. Like, coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on her too. Is it turning on you? So that thing gets loose at the base too.
Okay. Yeah,
if it's spinning, just tighten it. Down there. Pause for technical difficulty. It's a goddamn.
Why is not everything cordless yet? I don't understand.
Yeah, right. I bet I could probably.
Let's see. Look, I some
USB transmitters.
The fact that it is, I know this is getting recorded because there is a cable. Physically also, see it. Like, oh, man, I swear, I have so many stupid cables. Like everybody has their cables that they save up, and like I put them in a box and I never ever touch them, and then I go in, and they're all like tied together. How did they do that on their own?
Do you think you just went in there? Oh! They tangled themselves up.
Yeah, it's like it's a phantom knot.
Why did it stop that time?
Yeah, what the heck?
Kasia's camera's down. It's okay. We'll just go to A camera for this.
Oh, bitch.
I wonder why that stopped. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to deal with it. I don't really care. We'll probably just end up recording it on cell phones. It's better than
honestly,
stuff anyway.
iPhone and the Androids, they have really good video.
I mean, this is an old LG phone that I just had because I wanted to record like skateboarding with, and it records in 4K. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like I've got the cinematic mode on this, and like it looks like a movie.
Yeah, there you go.
In here.
We're just gonna end up switching from fancy phones to old cell phones.
Oh, dude, I'm about to get Kaya a flip phone. She doesn't need an iPhone anymore.
So it's funny because Abby and I were talking about this last night. I'm just gonna keep bringing her up. Yeah. She does not want to be on this at all. She's like, I don't want to be recorded on video.
She doesn't want to be on it, but we're gonna talk about it so much because.
Of course, she's great.
She's your life, like of course.
So,
you're gonna,
so we were talking. I was talking to her last night about just kids in school these days and how their like whole learning the way that they learn with like screens and iPads is just like making them like insane as far as like not being able to like. I mean, you have a perspective on this because your daughter's like 14, so like
they want us to like limit their screen time, yet they, as soon as they hit kindergarten, they're like learning with a screen in front of their face. So it's just like, all right, what do you want me to do? Like,
yeah, like what do you do as a parent at that point?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out. I have no clue. Like, Kaya's about to be 14, my oldest daughter, and dude, the screens. I get it now, like, why everyone's like, yeah, don't give your kid a screen because, like, they're addicted to it. But now, like, she has to have a screen for, like, homework and projects and stuff. Like, it's crazy. And then, like, the school sends home Chromebooks and stuff. Like, they always have, like, access to the internet. Like, it's just
that's
wild.
They can afford to buy all of this technology for like the school, but they can't pay the teachers. Like, I don't understand how that works. Like, how does that?
Yeah, I don't. It's really fucked up. It's so messed up. So like my big brother Graham, he went to school for general education. So like I think when he graduated, he was like certified to teach like kindergarten through 7th grade or something, like some certain thing. But he was like, yeah, I'm not gonna teach here because I will make no money. Like this, it's pointless. Like it's like his passion is, helping and teaching children because he wants to be in Charleston. He can't do what he loves.
Right.
Which is like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But also now he's a real estate agent making that bang.
Yeah,
selling
right.
those big homes.
He sold you your house.
He did sell me my house.
Hey, you're a homeowner, even and you're in the bubble of when they said that the generation of people that wouldn't own homes.
Yeah, I honestly got so lucky though. Because, just because I get to live in the town I grew up in, and I got a house like that's pretty centrally located in a neighborhood that isn't being like whitewashed and bulldozed and rebuilt and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty lucky. Yeah,
those older neighborhoods in Mount Pleasant are definitely cool. Like where my parents live is awesome, but like.
Dude,
the property value there is
so
fucking nuts. I mean, I think theirs is like they're if you looked it up on Zillow, I think it's like 650,000. It's like crazy. Yeah. Like I mean, and that's like as is, and I'm sure if anybody
it's for
bought
the
that,
land. Like people just
people would just tear it down.
That's like I got my house in September of 21 for I think it was like 320 or 325. And since then, like I just actually was looking at it yesterday. It's up to like $480,000.
Nice.
Like since September 21. Like,
yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, I feel like where my brother lives. You never went to Trevor's house off Dorchester, right? Did you?
No.
Did you ever go to the old Holy City Brewery on Dorchester?
No, that was not cool enough. I don't think.
Well, North Charleston back then, when Holy City first opened, it was very different. Have you been to Holy City now?
No, I've actually never been to any of our breweries.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you a big beer drinker at all, or no? You kind of stick more to like the Trulies and stuff, right?
I do Trulies just because I can't take like too much sugar.
So yeah, I'm gonna get a mini fridge right here. Once because I have a big stack of these.
I was gonna say
Well, yeah, that too. But I have a big stack of these in the corner, and once I get those hung up, I'm probably gonna put some in that corner. Nice. And then once I do that, I'm gonna put a mini fridge right here in this corner, and then we can put stickers on it, and it can be stocked with some Trulies.
Some Trulies. I did bring my own Trulies though because.
Yeah, you gotta have it.
It's Saturday, and I know we're like technically working, but I'm not gonna give up my Saturday morning Truly fest.
No.
Because both of my girls are are gone for the weekend, so I'm just mama's free.
Yeah, there you go.
Remember quarantine when, like, I just woke up every morning and got into my little child pool that I bought. And just drank Trulies all day.
Yeah, and you would do like little montages on Instagram of it.
Yeah, those were the days. Like I loved it. I saw a meme recently that was like, do you remember COVID when you'd wake up at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday morning and crack open a beer? But yeah, I do remember that.
I was one of those. I stayed really busy. Like I just drove Uber. Like the first couple of weeks when I was getting those stimulus checks, I was like sick, but then after that I was just like I had so many plans. I was like I'm gonna do this, and this, and then I just ended up driving Uber the whole time and making a shitload of money.
Yeah, because that was a good plan for you, honestly.
We filmed we wrote a couple different skits, like me, my brother, and Clint, and then we filmed a couple of them, but then they're still on YouTube somewhere.
I saw those. They were
funny. Yeah, there were some funny ones. I had some of them it's so weird though when you write stuff. you think it's awesome. You're like, oh, this is the funniest thing I've written, and then you film it with other people, and then you like edit it, and it doesn't.
To have your vision.
Yeah,
to be able to see what you're.
It doesn't come out. Of course, that's somebody's. Well, I gotta see what this is. Oh, it's a motorcycle. That's a motorcycle.
I mean,
yeah.
it's definitely something that goes broom broom.
It's something.
Wait, did you see? Okay, there's a clip online of someone playing Breath of the Wild, and they've got the motorcycle, you know.
That was a DLC, right?
Yeah, that was like the prize.
Yeah.
Like, I want that
that was for the one hit weapon.
Yeah, that was the one hit obliterator. I think is the one that I have no idea. One of the DLCs gave you the
I never did any of the DLC for that.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And I only did
it.
On
that's not true. I did the where you could upgrade the Master Sword, or was that a part of the?
Trial of the Sword was.
That was a DLC?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the first one of those. That one was the hardest.
Dude, I got so annoyed with that, and like, cause I'm the kind of like gamer where I have to sit and I have to play it. Like I can't like get up and leave. Like I have to like, and it's the worst because you start and then once you die you have to start all over, and there's like so many levels, and you're just like, oh no.
Oh yeah. I gotta look and see what this is.
He's riding it. He's riding the Master Cycle Zero.
I'm still in the thing, right?
Yeah, here. Cool.
I'm gonna address this one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, just to preface, we're gonna be talking about video games a lot.
That's honestly like everyone who's asked, I'm like, yeah, we're gonna talk about.
What's it gonna be? Oh, people who've asked like what it's gonna be about.
Like, we're gonna just like talk about everything, and then I'm like in my head, I'm like, I know we're just gonna talk about video games.
Let's devote.
We can have like video game time.
Yeah, we're gonna preface it as such as like there's gonna be a minimum of at least like 30 minutes of video game talk, and I'm gonna bring it up later. But the second the new Zelda game is about to come out, and we're gonna talk about that in depth in about 30 minutes. But I want to talk about some other stuff first.
Okay, yeah.
Just because I haven't seen you in a while.
True, yeah. Vincent and I go way back, but we're also grown adults who don't have a lot of free time anymore. So, I mean, did we start doing a podcast to hang out? Is that what we're doing?
No, we could. Yeah, we could say that. I don't really care. Doesn't matter to me.
We'll see what happens. No, Vincent just wants to have a really cool bagel podcast that rhymes with Nagel. Did you guys notice that? Oh. That's the whole thing.
Oh, I meant to. This is something I wanted to do is to ask you what your favorite like bagels are. What are your?
Oh,
everything. Are you like an everything bagel?
Everything bagel with cream cheese.
Okay.
Straight up.
I am. I'm like if you're gonna get a breakfast sandwich.
Oh, okay.
What's your like breakfast sandwich? Well, like so if you're just a bagel and cream cheese, plain cream cheese.
If it's just a bagel, everything bagel with cream cheese, and then if it's a sandwich, Shannon's Way from Mazzo.
What's that?
It's everything bagel, cream cheese, and then it's basically like a BLT, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's so good.
Sick. Yeah, I like bagel BLTs for some reason. They're good as shit.
Anything like bready and bacony is, I think, just the jackpot. They honestly hit the golden ratio with that. Like.
So I don't know if this is controversial or not, but I like cinnamon raisin bagels with cream cheese.
He's fired.
People, if anybody actually watches this and hears that, they're gonna blow up the comments, be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Like, I don't know. I just like I like what I like. I don't know.
I mean, I guess I could see like you say Wait, what? Okay, say this disgusting thing again.
Cinnamon raisin bagel with with plain cream cheese. I don't know why. I fucking like it.
So I could see because I have done the blueberry bagels with strawberry cream cheese, which is really good and a nice alternate snack. But what you just said is disgusting. I don't know. I gotta talk to Phatty about this one.
And then I'll eat. I have plain bagels. I'll just do a plain bagel with cream cheese too. If I'm
then you don't have seeds stuck in your mouth or your teeth.
Yeah, and poppy seeds are whatever. But I like what is it? There's the cheese onion bagels where it's got cheese on top.
Dude, honestly.
I mean, not onions or
Okay, listen. I went out last night and I drank too much tequila, and the words you just said made me so nauseous. I don't understand. Because I know the bagel's probably fine, but just the idea of what you said, onions on a bagel. I would a fresh onion or something, but
No. So maybe I'm saying that. Yeah, maybe I'm saying this wrong. I don't know, but I know that there's.
I'm gonna write you up right now. I'm sending you to the principal's office.
I get a demerit.
Bad. Bad. You're out of here. 3 strikes and you're out. So watch out. This is about to be the Casia Correll show.
Yeah, right.
Okay, one more disgusting food that you say. Oh, I'm still like.
There's gonna be a lot. There's definitely gonna be a lot. I mean, this is.
Oh, we should have a cooking day.
That'd be fun. We could film a cooking show. I've wanted that. That was one of the things I was like during COVID when I first like lost my job.
What was your job?
I was working on Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah. Did you ever get to go back?
Yeah. So we started season 2. It was me and my friend Matthew, who I work with at my new job.
What are you doing now?
I work for I'm working right now actually. I work for CBS VFX, so I just do cool. VFX stuff for different shows.
Sick.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of fucking emails I gotta go through and figure that out later.
Have you ever ridden a motorcycle before?
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither. I feel like that's something that more people need to try though.
Yeah, I don't know. I like cars and I like all that stuff.
Mom, I'd like a car, please.
I'd like one car.
I want car. Thank you. Mom.
That's.
I like car.
That's not how I sound. Like.
Okay, I'm the one listening to you. I know what you sound like. Did you hear that?
Let's drop some comments if you think I sound like how Kasia's impression.
I'm doing a spot on impression. I don't know who you think you're kidding here. So okay, you like cars?
Oh, yeah. So I like cars, and my brother-in-law, like Brandon, likes nice cars. Like he just put down a down payment for a Lamborghini. What? Yeah, like he says he's gonna get it in 16 months. But he just started he's gonna get it. Like he has been going to car shows because he has an Audi R8. Is that what it is?
I don't know anything about cars.
And right, so neither do I.
I drive a car though.
But so I can respect it. I just I don't know, putting that much money into it. It's I like cars and I think they're cool looking. I like cars. You go to a car show, you're like, oh, that looks cool, but I would never be able to I can't picture myself owning one of those and driving that.
So the only my mom.
And I feel like the same thing is kind of with motorcycles too. It's you're a very specific person if you have one, and that's you're a motorcycle person.
You have to invest not only time or money, but your time and your elbow grease because you have to upkeep those things. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a full-time job having a motorcycle.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, from my friends that have them, they're always constantly working on them.
Yeah. But car people are really nice. I've met some people that Brandon hangs out with. Yeah, I've met 3 peoples. I said 2 and I was holding up 3. I've met 2 peoples. No.
Sorry. Anyways, so Mom, I have 2 friends, and guess what? They came to my house in a car. I liked it.
And it was fun.
I liked that car.
So are they just doing a motorcycle demo outside of my apartment right now? Outside of the studio right now?
Yeah, the studio.
I thought this studio was supposed to... This studio, we paid good money for this studio, damn it.
I have to talk to the landlord. Who's it, Phatty?
It's Mike.
I know who my mom's favorite child is.
Is it you?
It's super obvious. It's
yeah.
Me. Because when you go to her Facebook page, because all of her children have children, so she's got grandchildren from all.
Oh, right, yeah.
So when you go to her Facebook page, every other profile picture is just a picture of one of my children.
It's funny when you're like, oh, I know.
It's so obvious now, yeah. I don't know why I'm not a shining star in the family, but I just won them over with my my brilliant smile and my charm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You're pretty cool, I feel like.
You know.
But then again, I mean, Graham's pretty cool. Even Jimmy's pretty cool in his own right too. I haven't seen him in a while, but
Jimmy's doing really, really well. So
nice.
Jimmy's my little brother, and I would like to give him a little shout out because he's been sober for over a year.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he's been doing so good. He stopped drinking, stopped everything, and lost a bunch of weight. Looks really good. He started his own company.
Awesome.
He's really, really good. I'm really
good.
proud of him. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's probably why I haven't seen him. Well, I mean, I also moved out of Mount Pleasant.
Oh yeah, he moved out to the country and he goes turkey hunting every morning or something like that. So
dude, I see wild turkeys out in this area all the time. It's kind of crazy.
Do you catch any?
No, I'm gonna let them be wild little turkeys.
Oh, all right, cool.
I'm just gonna eat the ones that are mercilessly slaughtered every year for our weird ritualistic holiday.
I still don't get it because like nobody really can cook a turkey very well.
Yeah, it's well because it's so they're just big.
Like, they're huge and you have to cook them for so long. They like if you don't do it exactly spot on, perfectly right, it's gonna be dry and disgusting. And like, I've never. The only time I ever have had like good turkey dinner or like for Thanksgiving is past couple years. My mom, they just order a turkey from Bojangles.
Nice.
It's so good. It's
nice
and juicy.
But every single time.
Every time. So good.
It's like, how does a fast food place just nail it every time?
Dude, they just are great. I love it. I'm hungry now.
I haven't eaten anything today.
Me? Did I? No. I don't think I ate.
I was gonna eat a bagel.
I was gonna. Yeah.
Next time, in 2 weeks when we come back and do episode 2.
Yeah.
Because I think we can squeeze an episode out of our ragtag little bunch of stuff.
Oh, for sure. I think we're gonna be fine. Everything's good. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Do you have another phone?
I have my phone.
You have your phone, but I don't know if you want to use your phone to like record it with.
Well, the thing is, like with.
So this is fine. I mean, I can just turn it. We'll figure out why it keeps shutting off.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on with that.
Maybe it just needed to warm up. Maybe it just haven't been used because it hasn't shut off now in a little bit. So.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, we got everything covered. Angles, microphones. I want to try and bring a third person. If we do get a guest, let me see if I can. Yeah, I should be able to put in.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Another microphone,
like,
a third microphone.
Microphones, like, do you have a third one?
I do, yeah. So these are 2 mics that I got out of from GameStop out of like a streamer kit, and that's where these little lights came from too.
It's perfect.
And yeah, it was super cheap, and I bought 2 sets. I was like, this is a long time ago. This is when I was like, oh, a podcast. Blah, blah.
And you waited this long to.
Well, I didn't want it to be shitty. I didn't want it to suck.
You know what?
I mean, it's gonna suck, but I didn't want it to suck on a level that I was like, I didn't want to fuck with it. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I think this is like a great setup. I think.
Well, yeah, but I like. So there's like sucking, and then there's like this is not gonna work. You know what I mean? And I didn't want it to not work. It's sucking and working is one thing, and then like.
Sucking and working, man.
Sucking and working is fine. Like this works.
Saturday night for me.
You know, it's like it. I wanted to ask you about how your relationship stuff is going, or if you've been going on any dates.
No, I haven't. I have not had any, like, sort of romantic anything in, gosh.
Probably the last time we talked.
It's been like 2 months.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, it's been like 2 months really since like anything.
Yeah.
Like I've finally like found myself like enjoying it, which is really nice.
Yeah. Oh, but, being by yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have had like a couple guys like hit me up. Like one person I think you know.
I'm sure.
It was a subject that I wanted to bring up. Because I was out and I met this girl one night and she's like, "Oh, do you know so and so?" And I was like, about to be like, "Yeah, we have like made out," but then like before.
And she was like, "That's my boyfriend."
Yeah, she's like,
"I know what you're talking about. Oh, I know what you're talking about."
I was like, "Oh wow."
No names,
awesome.
but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I had the same thought too. Oh my god.
I don't know how serious it is on either side, but like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm not one to say I don't know. But like, another thing that I wanted to like on that subject bring up to you is like is this a common thing like in all small towns, like kind of small towns where you like if you grow up in the small town and then become an adult and then live in that same town, like all your friends have slept together.
Oh yeah,
right?
Probably.
It's
I
like
can imagine.
Yeah, like I it's weird because like I feel like, you know, most girls would be like, "Ew, don't sleep with this guy because I liked him and blah blah," but like you can't really do that once you've.
Let's see. I've definitely hooked up with people that like my brother is hooked up with, but like I didn't either know or like I don't know what order. And then another time I dated a girl that one of my friends had hooked up with, but like he had hooked up with her like in high school and I dated her like several years later. But I try to avoid that. Like if I know that there's like somebody who has like hooked up with one of my friends, I just kind of like I'm like
That's good on you though, because I feel like a lot of like people in Charleston specifically, I feel like it's very specifically Charleston. Like I feel like everybody's touched everybody in some form or fashion.
Yeah.
And then like there's no like jealousy as far as I am aware with like all my girlfriends, like, not like we're like, oh yeah, we all actually no, yeah, we do. We high five and call each other Eskimo sisters when we find out that we've like hooked up with the same guy.
Yeah, so it's Eskimo sisters. Is that the term?
I'm assuming that's what we say.
Yeah.
I think
there's Eskimo brothers and Eskimo sisters. Same difference.
Same but different.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, there's like never any jealousy. I feel like, which is I think cool, but also like, oh, is that weird? Is that a weird thing? Like we've all just banged each other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Oh, and for the record, this has never happened. Nothing. Never. We've never even kissed before, and we've known each other for.
Have we not like done like a spin the
nothing.
bottle type of kiss?
Nope.
Dude, we're fucking awesome. That's an amazing. We did it. We made it out. Oh my god.
And it's weird because I'll talk to some people who like, some guys who like don't have that sort of like relationship with. Yeah, and it's like, and they're just like, I don't.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like it's really a nice thing to be able to be like, oh yeah, like I don't fucking chilling.
It's 100% possible to have platonic friendships with people of the opposite or wherever.
It's just really hard to do.
It's not even hard.
You just have to have some discipline, and honestly, like honestly, the thought doesn't even cross my mind. I'm like, no, it's just like that's not.
Yeah, like like when you first meet, you're like, oh, okay, cool people, but then like. You make your mind up right away.
Well, I think with you and me, it was never even like, it honestly has never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, no, I did hook you up with one of my friends once, and I was like super proud.
Yeah, I ended up meeting up with her at a later date too, like more recently too. I think I texted you about that.
I don't remember. I was probably drunk when you texted me. You know, if it was late at night and on a
that was a weird one. That was a weird like. It's one of those like rendezvous things where it's like, oh yeah, we used to do this. Let's do it again. Let's hang out again.
We've had each other's P's and V's.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Who's gonna get hurt? No.
Yeah, just we've had the P's and V's. Now mind your P's and Q's.
Ew. All right.
Yeah.
So that's another demerit. Okay.
I'm just sinking further down. I'm gonna have to make up all of this later on.
You're fucked. Sorry, bud.
What was our Wordle today?
Cedar.
So we play every day.
Okay.
That's usually how we correspond. Is we'll just text every day about Wordle. We're the last
2 people in the entire world that still play Wordle daily. Like it was a big thing, and everyone was like posting scores, and now like no one plays it except for us, and we're the sole reason that the New York Post or New York Times like still has the game is because we're on every day. 2
people that.
What the fuck is this, dude? I get so pissed sometimes, and like I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll be like, oh nice, it's past midnight. I'll start the Wordle for the day. And it's a terrible idea because I'm like super sleepy and I am not in the right mindset to actually like think of a cool word.
Yeah.
I just end up like screwing myself over.
Because didn't you used to use the same word?
Yeah, I did used to have the same starter word. And
what was it?
Agile.
I remember you like told me that, and then I was like, if I remember what her word is, I can cheat. And I was like, I don't want to cheat. So I immediately forgot it. And yeah, I just just now.
He didn't forget it because I remember this one time when I got a word and I sent it. I sent my score first, and he's like, he knew my starter word. And he even said this. He's like, well, I just remember your starter word, so
I was like, I just feel bad about cheating. I can't lie to people either. It's bad. Like I should be able to lie to people as like a person, you know, like, but I can't lie to anybody.
You should be able to because like you're in the film biz, like you gotta be a liar. Right?
I know. Well, I don't know. I just like. Lying is so much energy. But honestly, like, you tell the truth to somebody and the blowout from it is almost, like, more energy than if you had just lied and just, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Or just, like, I mean, I think that's why I, like, don't have a lot of friends anymore. It's just, like, I just don't feel like dealing with even getting into a situation where I would have to think about, oh, do I lie about something? Like,
or should I tell them the truth to, like, protect their feet? Yeah, it's a lot,
that's
man.
What I found as, like, now we're in our 30s, and I feel like the friendships that we've like made and maintained, like it's so much easier, like a smaller group, and we have like a core value. I feel like some sort of core value. I don't know what it is specifically. There's a core value. We'll figure it out, and we all share it, and it's just lovely. Because you know what our core value is? We don't have to hang out.
Yeah, that's a big one where you can just like hit somebody up randomly once in a while and just. Chill, do whatever you want, not to worry about like.
Let me take a nap. That's like all.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, I'm old. I got kids.
Naps are the best.
I take a nap. I take like at least 1 nap a day. That's like my favorite excuse is that I still have like a toddler and she still naps, so I get to like nap with her. Dude, when she goes to school, I'm like, who do I get to blame my naps on? So I need to have another baby.
That's the only reason so you could have somebody to nap?
Have a nap.
Letty's starting school?
No, but I'm just like already like bummed about her leaving for school eventually one day. I'm just like,
and she's
gonna be 2 in August.
2? Yeah, and so by 3.5-ish, 3 or 4, she's gonna be daycare, all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it kind of just depends. Like,
well, because daycare is expensive as shit, right?
Yeah, I cannot afford daycare, and
how is that possible? Like, what the fuck happened in the world where like daycare became this
daycare is as much as my mortgage.
It's crazy.
Like, I would be working to pay for childcare, but I'm working, I have childcare because I need to work. It's like it doesn't make sense. You know, like it's like when Fry's like, I got a second job to afford all my coffee, and I have to buy my coffee because I can't stay up for my second job. It's like that. It's a
never-ending cycle.
Yeah, but then I saw something recently that kind of made me think, like, if we all were, the entire, like, population, like, all of America, if we were to start actually budgeting and, like, managing our wealth and stuff and not splurging and buying Nintendo Switches, you know, like, oh, great, we have all this extra money, we can pay for our housing, but then, like, the prices for everything else is going to go up because we're not buying all the extra things. Like, it's like, it is just a never ending cycle of like supply and demand. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's pretty lame, pretty not cool. Capitalism, radical.
Radical. I like my Nintendo Switch.
It's a bummer. Look at my new tattoo. I gave it to myself. It says bummer.
How'd you just stick point?
It says stick point. Yes.
What is that? Is that the term?
No.
What's the term for it?
Stick and poke.
Stick and poke. Hold on. Let's get a close up of it. I'm gonna zoom in on that.
It says stick point.
Stick point.
Wow, it's a bummer.
Hold it up.
I don't know if you can see. I have to like turn my.
Ooh. Oh, you can see it. I can't really read it well, but it's on there.
Bummer.
It made the cut. It's in the pod now.
Everything is just peachy, and then also, I'm a little shy. That's you.
Where?
My shy guy sock. It says, I'm a little shy. My name's Vincent. Just a little shy.
Oh my god. I can't even do your impression of me.
Because you're changing the way that you naturally talk, which is what I am doing. So if you're trying to do an impression of me.
And doing an impression of me.
It's not gonna
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Oh my gosh,
Did you play the newest Pokemon game?
Violet or Scarlet?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I was gonna hold off on getting it, and then all of the like broken.
Oh, the glitches and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what my sister said too, because she's a big Pokemon fan.
Did you play it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So I heard.
I didn't have any like bugs or anything in mind. Like it didn't.
Yeah, I think that there's some people that are just like kind of putting too much expectation on what the Switch can handle.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like a 6-year-old system.
Well, yeah, there's that, and then there's the people who are like expecting so much from the Pokemon Company.
Yeah.
They're getting this like weird kind of I think it's the same thing that's happening with like Marvel and Disney, where it's like because they've been putting out content for so long in such like a regular order, and it's all been like good, that as soon as like one of the things like is slightly worse than the previous thing, people lose their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
That's like what with the Tears of the Kingdom coming out, you know, they just had the previews, so like cool.
You just
people...
want to get into it? You just want to go right into it?
No. But there's people that
let's go into the finale of that.
Go, like, play it, and they're like, they just briefly, a lot of them are briefly touching on like frame rate kind of drops when things are like that fucking happens.
I think that happened for Breath of the Wild too, though.
Yeah, and it wasn't a thing that I noticed personally.
Yeah.
I don't notice these things, but like now everyone's like up in arms.
It's nitpicky. It's weird like nerd culture became like when it became cool to be a nerd. That you can, like, people could be like people could like make a video on YouTube being like, oh well, this frame rate like this issue,
but then
and it's like
because I
you
am like
will watch those.
constantly watching YouTube videos of everybody talking about it, like regardless. I'm just like
right. It's like
I'll be sitting on my couch and I'm like, you're wrong.
I guess if there's
I'll tell you how that happens. Excuse me, idiot. I get way too involved with these
if there's I guess if there's like if there's a market for it, then I guess keep making those type of videos, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's always gonna be a market for it. But okay, wait, I need to ask, did you look at the art book leaks for Tears of the Kingdom?
Mm-mm. I haven't looked at anything. The only thing I watched was the trailers, and then I watched a gameplay demo that some dude did yesterday.
I caved
Well, he didn't do it yesterday, but I watched it yesterday.
Yeah, I caved and I looked at the. I'm not no spoilers, but I looked at it and.
Yeah, they haven't. The one video that I watched. Yeah, we're just gonna get into it. Fuck it, I don't care. Obviously, if anybody's watching this, that's like our favorite games ever. Like.
Yes. Did you know?
Did you notice?
Did you know that?
The only one that I haven't beaten is Zelda 2.
Wait,
you
didn't finish Minish Cap though, right?
I didn't finish Minish Cap. I need to.
Okay, all right, you have to finish that because because with Breath of the Wild we're gonna like somehow incorporate the Picori into Breath of the Wild. And there's even like from I think the art book that they had Link like shrinking down.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really cool. So I feel like in the trailer with all those mushroom people. In Hateno Village, and they're all like just dressed as mushrooms randomly, like in Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah,
like
that you're gonna think that that would be like almost too much though if
it
they
is
like
a lot, but like why the fuck? Why the mushroom people? Like I don't understand what that. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know.
That would be wild if they did the sky and then like another hidden world underneath all of that.
Oh
like,
yeah, they've got way too much hidden.
So apparently you start out. I wonder if you watched the same. Did you watch any of the gameplay videos?
Yeah, I watched.
So you start out on like Great Sky Island, kind of how like
it's basically the plateau, but
yeah,
in the sky,
yeah, in the sky, and then you do some stuff there, and then like the game, you get all your basic like
training.
things. Yeah.
And
it just looked crazy, like the whole fusing of things.
Oh my god! I want to make like a mobile home. I'm so excited. I'm gonna build so many dumb things. It's like I never got into Minecraft, and I sucked at building in Fortnite because like I felt too much anxiety. Like I was like I can't build something perfectly because I'm getting killed.
Right.
But now.
There's like no pressure.
I can go to an open field in Hyrule and just like build a house.
Yeah, I wonder if the stuff you build like expires after a little bit, or if it's like stays.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like if there's like a time limit on it.
Or like if you leave it, maybe the
pieces kind of like time out, yeah, and then like go back to where they were.
Okay, I want to get into like theory zone though.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go back and just do a recap of Zelda in general because I wanted to ask you if you've ever played Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages.
I've started them, but I never finished them.
Those were in playing Minish Cap, I kept thinking about those games, and I love those games.
Yeah.
And it's like they have, because you played Did you play Link's Awakening? So you know how there's like the 8 things you have to collect, right?
Yeah. I mean that's
right.
It's like any Zelda game.
Right. So that's how Seasons and Ages are too. Like both of them are like that. And I just feel maybe that's because I haven't finished Minish Cap yet. I just felt like it was a smaller map and a smaller game. But is that like the whole point of it? Like.
I don't know if I would say that's the point, but like it has just I think a lovely storyline. Like it's one of those really good like storylines that like drives it over gameplay. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I haven't finished it, so don't give me any spoilers. I'm pretty far. I think I just beat like the water temple, so I think I might only have like a couple more things left.
Everything you say, like I just want to go into like.
Well, they're gonna have ports for or like versions of Seasons and Ages once the Game Boy Advance stuff not Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy stuff like picks up. I think that's the next DLC.
I had them all. I had a Raspberry Pi like with thousands of games. Like I had like all the Nintendos and like Sega. You
had a Raspberry Pi.
Like,
what is that?
It's an emulator.
Oh, okay.
And I let someone borrow it. Like one of my neighbors borrowed it, and it's been like 2 years. I never got it back. And I'm just like, I don't want to talk to them that much. Yeah, it's gone. Want to. Oh well, I'll get it back eventually. But that's what I had Oracles on.
Yeah. Do you like the games where they have like the same link in them, or do you like because you know how obviously like Twilight Princess is like a one-off, and then Skyward Sword is a one-off. Those are like those links never appear in any other titles, but then you have like Majora's Mask and the Ocarina of Time, like the continuations.
Also, those two, and then also A Link Between Worlds.
Oh my god, that game's so good too.
That was a crazy, beautiful experience.
That game's so good.
Congratulations on thinking of those brilliant ideas. That was so cool.
And in Link Between Worlds, are you the same Link from A Link to the Past?
It's Link to the Past. Yeah.
It's the same Link.
I'm pretty sure, because it's the same overworld.
Yeah, it's the same, which was so cool. Like,
it was so cool, and then like going to Lowrule, which I'm like, all right, is that something that's going to be incorporated into this new? Like, oh, dude, there's so many options because you know, like with the timeline is so split, like,
Mhm.
and this is like all of them combined together at the end. Like they could pull from anything. Like it's pretty cool. I'm excited to see what happens with it.
What's like a stand? I'm gonna ask you this question, but I'm gonna answer it first. All right.
Okay.
So, what is like one moment from like a Zelda game that like made you just go like, "What the fuck?" Like just like blew you away? And my answer is when you return the Zora Prince to Kakariko Village and Twilight Princess, and then all of a sudden, like, the ghost of his mother appears. I remember, like, that whole cinematic where you enter the village, and it's, like, that whole, like, storyline, and then all of a sudden he turns around and, like, I was just like, this game is insane. This is the fucking craziest game. Like, it's insane.
Okay, for me, it was, the entirety of Majora's Mask was just, like, anxiety-ridden.
Just the ticking clock.
The whole thing. I remember like when I first started playing it and I didn't know what the game was really. I was like, all right, Zelda, pop it.
Well, yeah, you were probably super young too.
Yeah, and then they're like,
started.
You have just a couple days to finish. I'm like, what? How do I do this?
Main camera stop. I'm gonna.
Oh no.
Here, let's take a break for a second.
All right.
Here, you can do that for that
Mom,
one.
made it.
I'm in the big leagues.
What does that do? I don't. I know like there's a purpose, but I don't know.
So it's to you zoom in and then this makes the noise so you can sync up when the frame where this connects and then the peak of the audio. All right, let's go back to Zelda. So I asked the question. Okay. Now you remember your answer.
So most poignant moment in a Zelda game is
to you. Like you're the one that made you be like, this is the shit. Like,
I mean, the one that I think the obvious one is in Majora's Mask. I can't remember their names at all, but it's the one mask quest where there's the bride and groom.
It's the couple's mask. Yeah.
Yeah. That it's so fucking sad.
Yeah.
But then okay, what I guess I'll try to figure out like what is like when I first got hooked.
Well, maybe not necessarily hooked, but like a moment in a game that in one of those games that made you really like just kind of like blew your mind a little bit, where you're like, I can't believe like this happened, or I can't believe this is where the story went, or I can't believe, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because like there's always those moments in those games, and that's why you keep playing them, because they're fucking sick. Like,
yeah, I think like I said before, like the entirety of Majora's Mask, like just like the premise of it is just like, what is happening? Like it's just like, oh, okay, this whole town, they're all dying. Like it was just like
and none of them know it.
Game, like, just the fact that like they went so far off from what Zelda had been up until that point. I thought that was really cool, and then I think that opened my mind to like, oh, we can do so many other things. It doesn't just have to be like top down, like fighting in castles and stuff. Like I thought that Majora's Mask was like kind of transformative for me.
And if you know a lot about, like, if you've beaten Majora's Mask and you're pretty good at it, you can beat that game very quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one of those Zeldas that I've like gone through multiple times because like it's so crazy.
But it's very a moment in that game that made me like was the quest where you shoot the aliens.
The aliens are so
oh
scary.
My gosh.
Oh my God, that's
I remember
so scary.
My older cousin played Zelda before, and so I watched her do that one time, and I didn't have Majora's Mask at the time. She was just like doing that quest, and I was like, this is Zelda? Like, this is so creepy and weird. And then when you fail it, she gets abducted, and you're like it's like, and then it just keeps going. Like it's so crazy.
Oh, you know what else? Like the quest in Ocarina of Time with the grave keeper.
Yeah. Oh, where he's digging for the hearts.
Yeah. I can't remember. Like,
or is it the race?
There's like a sad story tied into it. Like it's just like something sad. I don't know. I just remember like being like very moved as a young child, being like, oh, death.
Well, so when you are an adult, there's a baby running around.
What? Why don't I remember this? I watched.
When you're a kid, like Dampy is going through the graveyard.
A ghost or something? Like what? I don't
he
know.
becomes a ghost. That's how you get the hook shot.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a baby, or there's a kid running around the graveyard when you're an adult.
I just remembered like, I think it's in Ocarina of Time. Like, what? Fuck. So like, remember like the little girl and her dad are like living in a house or something, and the dad got infected. I think I can't remember if it's Ocarina or Majora's. Probably Majora's.
That's Majora's Mask. That's how you get the mummy mask.
Yes, yeah. Because the dad got infected with whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the main quests that you had to do in the game.
That was wild.
That was right before the fourth temple. Yeah, because she's trying to protect her dad from you.
Yeah.
Where did I put my water bottle?
Oh, probably up your butthole.
Probably. This thing would definitely fit. No, I'm just kidding. That's a pretty wide one. No.
It's a pretty wide one. God, yeah, just honestly, all of Zelda is just, I mean, I'm assuming because you just mentioned your cousin, but I love Zelda initially. I loved it so much because it was something that my big brother loved, and I would sit and watch him, and it just by default became my favorite game because it was my big brother's favorite game. But I think I love it more now than he does. I don't know, but I just think Zelda is just such a amazing series.
Yeah,
it's just okay. Can we get into theories about this new? I'm gonna fucking die.
Well, let's recap a little bit of Breath of the Wild first. So that game was crazy. I just remember playing it, and the first time I saw the dragons flying around, I was like, "What the fuck is happening?" And you're like, "Wait, is that something I can do, or is it just a piece of art?"
Getting out onto the Great Plateau and just looking out at the world. I was that was mind blowing. We've had Skyrim and open world games before, but just mind melting. Just what? And then you see some spacecraft, and you don't quite know what you don't realize it's the Ritos. You don't know what.
Right. Yeah. You're just out. Yeah. You're just out there in the. Yeah. I liked the addition of the Ritos though.
I love that.
I don't know if that's connected to any deeper Zelda lore or anything, but
are they connected to Loftwings or I don't know. And also are Loftwings coming back? I don't.
So all right, well let's just go into it. So do you think this game
is a prequel to Skyward Sword?
Well, that I think that probably
it has to be.
But do you because with all the islands going up, but do you think that it's going to be taking place after Breath of the Wild, or do you think that Link goes back in time to a time before, or do you think he slips another 100 years into the future? Because that's how they kind of did the first game. Is it happens and then 100 years goes by and he's been asleep. So where do you think the timeline is?
I think the baseline of the game is they're a few years out from Breath of the Wild. I think a few years because Riju what can I think? Gerudo. The Gerudo queen is obviously older. She was a little
you haven't played Age of Calamity yet at all, have you?
To.
Okay.
But I've watched the storyline.
I don't think they introduce any new characters.
Yes, they do. Whoever the villain is.
Oh yeah. But I don't think he's I don't think that's important. I was thinking
also
more.
Not technically canon.
Yeah, because in that game there's a little piece little relic of Halayan relic thing that's kind of the God damn, I blanking on the names of these fucking things.
My brain is feeling fried for some reason. As I'm because I have so much
knowledge
that I've been,
in there.
Thinking about.
Oh yeah.
I need to get, and now it's kind of trying to.
What are the things that shoot the lasers? They're the spider things. Yeah, the guardians. So there's a tiny little guardian that you find.
The baby egg guardian. Right?
Yeah, and he can open up rifts in time.
Right, yeah.
And so he brings all of the original protectors or captains, pilots or whatever back into the the present, because they're all dead from 100 years ago. They come back, so then by the end of the game you have a roster of 14, 15 different people, and
with you.
Yeah, and you can fight, and one of the characters is the Calamity Ganon.
What?
Yeah, so you can use him.
See, okay, that's one
and
of the...
each player has skills you can unlock, and combo moves you can unlock and stuff. And you don't get Calamity Ganon until closer to the end.
See, that's interesting that he's fighting with you.
Well, so you can fight. He becomes a playable character, and then you can go into missions where you have to fight Calamity Ganon a couple different times.
That's
because it's a big battlefield scenario across Hyrule.
But that's interesting. That does. I do need to play this now because one of the theories floating around is Ganondorf is the hero, from 10,000 years ago.
Yeah. So is he?
Well, that's one of the theories. Like, and it kind of makes sense. Like when you when you look at the tapestry from Breath of the Wild, the hero that's depicted has green skin and red hair.
Yeah, I haven't really looked into as many of the online theories as you have. I feel like.
Oh yeah, no, I've.
So what are your favorite ones?
My favorite ones are my own theories.
All right.
Like everybody.
Let's hear them.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. So.
Take a second.
Demise is definitely here.
Yeah.
That's Demise. There's no doubt in my mind that Demise is the main villain.
Mm-hmm.
My big theory is that maybe Ganondorf was the hero from 10,000 years ago, but Demise somehow got into him and he became baddie. It's Ganondorf's dead, gone, whatever. It's all Demise within his soul. That's my number one theory. How else? Of course.
So he was. So you're saying Ganondorf was the hero, and then Demise takes over his body.
Yeah.
Huh. And that's and do you think so? Is Demise more of kind of how like an entity, or is he that actual big thing with the teeth? So, or was that just more of a vessel for him?
That was his vessel. That was the imprisoned. That's the only.
Oh, the imprisoned. That's right. That's right.
But and that's how I see with
Well, in Skyward Sword, you fight
Girahim.
Yeah, but then at the end you fight Demise.
You fight real Demise, and then his conscience is sealed within the Master Sword. And what happens at the very beginning of the trailer for Tears of the Kingdom?
The Master Sword
is broken.
Yeah.
And so Demise's conscious is finally released. So this is technically I think Ganondorf's body being revived, but when you see, because Ganondorf has yellow eyes.
Yeah.
When he opens his eyes in the trailer, they're fiery red.
Yeah.
It's in my head, it's Demise seeping into him, and then I think one of the main my theory is that he's just getting Ganondorf's body to power up, get everything to where he needs to be able to regain his full self.
I wonder, because in Breath of the Wild, it's Ganon is the.
It's always Ganon. It's not Ganon.
So what if the two, and then Link defeats Ganon. What if the two entities
Zelda
right.
You know.
What if the two entities combined into one, and then that's who you're fighting? Yeah. Well, or is it the Calamity and then the and then?
I mean, the Calamity is Demise though. He's the bringer of all things bad. So it's Ganondorf's body is the source of it, but it's still when you get down to the nitty gritty, it's still Demise. Regardless of whether or not he actually is in the game or not, Malice is Demise's offering to the world for evil. I don't know. Okay, but there's too many. There's so much. There's way too many theories.
Well, also there's no information on the storyline. They haven't really. They're everybody who's played it. They're
exactly.
No, you can't. They no. Everybody who's played the game, they started after the the prologue. They're just on the island.
IGN Japan accidentally somehow leaked how you get your powers and stuff.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's not as important as as why you're doing what you're doing. Because in Breath of the Wild, it's very there's you're waking up after 100 years after Calamity's taken over. That's you're okay, I know where I'm at. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and I know that everything's gonna be fucked because I've been asleep for 100 years.
Right. But now we have no clue except the world is
it's floating. Yeah. Well, is it crumbling up? And like I said, did he go back in time this time and in Breath of the Wild everything has settled, or is it afterwards and everything is just exploded?
I think, hear me out. In the very beginning where Zelda, falls down to the hole, she starts glowing gold.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the recall tear. We see here, she has the tear for recall, which we can see the etching or whatever. It's the same. So what I think is that the magic just happened to start working as she was falling, and that's what recalled her back thousands and thousands of years.
Mm.
And you can't start the game off with Master Sword. So
right.
Obviously Link has it, even though it's broken, and we see in some of the commercials, he's got this broken Master Sword, but as he's walking up to this glowing thing, I think that thousands of years ago Zelda used the Tears power, the recall Tears power, to leave Link a message and a portal, basically, to send her the Master Sword broken, and then she's gonna go give it to the Deku Tree, have it heal over thousands years. But where's the Deku Tree?
Oh, right. Who planted
it? It's missing.
Who planted it?
Who planted the Deku Tree? Well, Link did in Ocarina of Time. He
the reed one. But the baby one.
In the new trailers for the game, like, the Deku Tree, like, all of the Lost Woods, they're gone. So
I don't know. It's gonna be wild. And it comes out on the 12th, right?
Yes. Well, the 11th for me, so suck it.
Wait a second. So that's when we're gonna. So we'll have. That's on the Friday, right? If we record...
Yeah, it's Fridays.
If we record on Saturday, we'll have had only one day to play the game.
Do you know if we record on Saturday, I'm just going to be sitting here playing the game?
We have to try and record something.
We will. But listen, I'm going to be pissed. I don't know. I'm nervous about this game coming out because I think you know as well, like, we're not going to be able to look away.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to, manage my time, and I don't want somebody to get further along than me and spoil it for me. I want to know it first. I want to be.
Yeah, I want to figure it all out.
And that
myself.
that was the cool part about Breath of the Wild. I mean, granted, the main storyline only had those 4 major parts, 5 if you include actually going and fighting.
Yeah.
But it was they were easy, the dungeons were easy and blah blah. But
it was such a cool new world to explore.
Yeah, and that's what I would do most of the time anyways, just run around exploring different things.
I'll still even go into my finished file, where I've completed the game, and I'll still go in and just run around because it's just I want to go play.
Right. Yeah. That's the whole and I feel like that aspect shouldn't be lost. I don't think it will be, because it's this is going to be even bigger.
But I wonder now how the Zelda team's going to move forward after this, because they could make a third in the same style, but
I think they should just go completely
They've got to do something crazy next.
Yeah, they need to go into. They could even go into a way more distant future and make it a little bit more modern-esque with them.
Imagine Link's just driving around in a Honda Civic.
Yeah, or something. Well, so they did that with was it Final Fantasy 15? Did you ever?
I never got.
You're playing any Final Fantasy games?
No.
So Final Fantasy 15 took a more modern twist, and the characters actually drove around in a car and stuff, and it was my brother played it. I've never really played it. I played 13. That was a good game, but 15, I don't know.
I never really got into that, or even it was Final Fantasy I never got into, and then Kingdom Hearts I never got into, because I told you I did look at the art book leaks, and even in that they don't tell you anything, because I was looking at, and everything's written in Japanese, so I was using the translator on the phone to do it, and it's just it's a basket, and it's a picture of a basket or something, and this is the front view of the basket. I'm no, tell me who's holding this fucking basket.
Who's in this game?
Okay, do you think that older lady is Zelda? Because you hear one of the things is I really don't think it is.
That would be tragic if she comes back and she's all old and about to die.
Grew up.
Yeah.
But you hear
But then Link's never been able to get with Zelda anyway in any game.
I don't think he can settle ever. He's got to be on his toes. But that the older woman, I think, because it's a disembodied voice. We don't know who's saying it, but there's a woman's voice who just has an American accent, being but you're not alone. It's
Mm-hmm. Oh, it might be the Gerudo.
Maybe I don't. Just the way that the.
I think I know what you're talking about. It was in the trailer, right? The main trailer.
Yeah, It's after you see her, and then she's telling Link you're not gonna be alone, but it's an American accent. It's not.
I hope that they expand on. That's just so much light just left.
I don't know what happened.
Pause for yet another technical difficulty.
Honestly, why are our cameras being so stupid today?
It's okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna just do one of these again.
Clickety clack, 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 clack. See it? Sick.
I don't know if that's really gonna help me or not, but
I hope it helps.
What were we? What?
My brain, as soon as we got on to the Zelda topic, there's just so
your brain just went into overdrive.
I can't parcel out all the different thoughts and theories I have, because it's just it's so much. and I forgot my computer, and I had everything like all typed out. Like,
you were so prepared.
I was so prepared. I had like my book bag on. Like, I don't know. I guess I just took it off for some dumb reason.
Sorry, there's always next time. I'm not that worried about it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna be it's gonna be fun to try and piece this together, but I think we'll be all right. Well, we can end it right there if you want.
Oh yeah.
What should be our outro? But don't forget about your bagels. Don't let them turn into day old bagels.
Yes,
Eat them.
This podcast was brought to you by yesterday's breakfast, and also today's breakfast. I had a day old bagel today, and it's okay. They're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's
be fine. Just don't forget about the stuff that you forgot about.
Don't worry. Even if you forgot, it's all right. This isn't going anywhere. I'm going to bed.
We're both gonna take naps, and
I'm going straight to nap town after
and that's how we're gonna end it.
And that's where the cookie stops there.
And that's the end of my story.
Okay, but real life, Vincent, I'm very excited about this. I think it's gonna be cool. I know today was like a little bit of a mess and we're all over the place, but if we would have been able to keep our original name, it would have been okay because it's everything bagel. All right. Okay, we're Day Old Bagel parentheses everything.
We're Day Old Bagel Podcast, and if you like us, like, comment, subscribe, share to your
mom,
friends,
tell your uncle.
We're YouTube Day Old Bagel Podcast, all one word. You should be able to find it.
Day Old Bagel Podcast.
Instas. We're waiting to set up the TikToks.
I have to figure out TikTok. We're in our 30s. We don't know what this app does, but we know it does something.
Wherever you get podcasts, we haven't figured that out either. I
don't even know how to podcast. Okay.
I think we just did it.
I think this is a podcast.
I think we just did it. I think it's it.
Sick. All right. I'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
I think this is gonna be great.